Well, I cannot confirm or deny because I will be getting told off if I do either, but I'm hearing strong rumours, and I'm in talks right now with the UFC.
Right, Mr. Aspinall, we are up to date on videos, and with that, you've agreed to the fans, reluctantly, to do a Q&A.
Reluctantly, yeah.
600 questions later, we're up to date, and I've got the questions ready to you. But where are you, and where are we off to? How are you doing?
No, we're currently just past Wigan. We're en route to Standish, which is like a outside Wigan. Going to do a little bit of S&P. And yeah, mate, everything's good, just the normal stuff, nothing exciting going on. Bit of trading, bit of family life, the usual shit, you know what I mean? Just keeping my body ready, keeping myself ready.
Do you think you can do well if a fight goes up to the 5th round?
Absolutely. I've always trained for 5. Hopefully it doesn't though. Like if I can finish it, I can always say like if I can finish a fight in a minute or less, if I can finish the fight in the first exchange, I absolutely will. But if I need to go 5, I will do as well. But I'm always looking to finish. Like that's my style. I'm a finisher. So if I need to, I'll do 5. But if not, I'll do it as early as possible.
Dinner with anyone, dead or alive, who you picking?
Cal Pilkington, absolutely. It's an easy one. I like Louis Theroux as well. I think he's awesome. I've met Louis. Gordon Ramsay, absolutely love. But one of the funniest people alive for me is Cal Pilkington. So I would like to, yeah, Cal Pilkington definitely. Which
heavyweight would you like to fight in MMA history? Fedor, Cain Velasquez, or the man himself, Brock Lesnar?
Any of them are good, to be honest. I look up to all of them. I think Cain Velasquez was one of my favourites ever. So I think probably Cain Velasquez, I reckon. And he was an absolutely ruthless fighter as well. So I would like to challenge myself against him. But they're all awesome. So any of them would be good.
How confident are you that you can beat Jon Jones? And do you fear him at all? # Team Aspinall.
Well, I'm obviously confident that I can beat Jon Jones because I want to fight him. I'm not making it a secret that I want to fight him. I've done everything that I can until this point. Do I fear him? Absolutely. I fear all of my opponents. Like, these guys are the best in the world, absolute best in the world. Yeah, absolutely. I fear him, but that fuels me. So I want to prove that I'm the best in the world, and I want to fight Jon Jones, obviously. But he doesn't, so there's not a lot I can do about that.
Have you heard if Manchester is happening in July, and will you be on the card?
Well, I cannot confirm or deny because I will be getting told off if I do either, but I'm hearing strong rumours, and I'm in talks right now with the UFC about what's going to happen, what's going to be our next step, stuff like that. Nothing that I can announce yet, nothing like set in stone yet, but we're moving in the right direction with it all.
Favourite thing to do in Manchester?
Probably eating. Get me in a good spot to eat. I like new places as well, do you know what I mean? I don't like going back to the same place all the time, so get me somewhere new on a nice day. We'll sit outside, have a couple of drinks after it. That's like my perfect little day there. I like Dimitri's, which is just off Deansgate. I have no sponsorship. I've been a few times. It's just, I don't even know the people who run it. It's just unbelievable.
Why did you start to train MMA?
It was just like a natural progression, you know. I was involved in martial arts since I was like 7 or 8 years old. My dad got me into martial arts, and I just went from one martial art to the other. And when I was old enough, it was just like, this is what I want to do in life. I don't want to work an older job. I enjoy doing this. So when I started realizing, like, oh, people get paid for this, people do this rather than a normal job, I wanted a bit of that, because there's nothing that I like more than training and fighting. So it's what I wanted to do since I realized that you could.
Known you're the best heavyweight and you're so young, how does it make you feel?
Oh, pretty good. I mean, I've got a lot of good years ahead. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting few years. I'm nearly 31, so I'm really, really young for a heavyweight. So right now we're just looking forward to the future, but enjoying the moment as well. We've got a long time in this thing, so going to be exciting times ahead.
Top 3 fights you want to see this year, not including yourself?
It's quite a good one. Oh, that is a good one. I'd have to really think about that. Top 3 fights. I'm really looking forward to Charles Oliveira against Sarukian. That's coming up soon. That's a fight that's already made, obviously. I'd like to see Volkanovski come back and win, because I'm a massive Volkanovski fan. Against anybody, I'm not too bothered about that. I'd like to see Pavlovich fight Cyril Gane. I think that's a fight that would be very interesting in. I've heard a couple of rumours about that. I don't know how true that is at the minute, but...
What's your weightlifting routine?
It's a long... I am not a strength and conditioning specialist. I just follow orders. I'm not like... I don't sit here and like bang on about I need to do this and this. I just do what my coach tells me. That's it. It's not rocket science to me. I show up, do what I'm told, and I go home. I don't know really what I do. I just follow orders.
Perfect. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
What's the strangest thing a fan has asked you to sign?
Probably tits. Someone asked me to sign the wife's knickers once. That was pretty weird. Yeah, probably that. Probably tits or knickers, yeah.
Is there an MMA fighter you've trained with or just know of that you know is destined for greatness?
MVP is very good. Like I trained with him recently, but I think especially after he just made his debut now in the UFC, to come in and beat Kevin Holland, who's someone in the top 15 ranked in your debut, and look so impressive. I think that he's definitely like a special, not just a special athlete, but he's like a special human being as well. He's definitely going to be a superstar in the sport, that's for sure.
If you could fight anyone who was retired in their prime, who would it be in their prime?
Probably Cain Velasquez. I think he was one of my favourite fighters, so yeah, probably Cain Velasquez in his prime.
How much of this are you doing, by the way, just so?
Backwards walking.
Yeah.
So, do like S&P training 4 times a week, and I usually start off with a 10-minute backward walk, so 10, 24, usually between like 40 minutes and an hour a week I walk backwards. And I do it because it's really good for your knee. Like, I blew my knee out in my fight, had a big surgery on it, did rehab for months and months. Yeah, it's just something that we got in the habit of doing, is just walking backwards to warm up before a session, and I have absolutely no problems with my knee now, it's bulletproof.
Hey Tom, what's next for your tattoos? I know you said you were redoing some. People are worried about your tattoos. What's next for them?
Originally I had 2 sleeves, bolt sleeves. I had my arms done. I didn't mind the arms, I quite liked them, but then I had my full back. When my full back got done, I didn't like the way my arms looked, like it was a completely different style. The colouring was all off, the colours were different and stuff. So I've covered up this now with a similar style to what I've got on my back. Covered up this, now covered up my lower arm, that's finished. And now I've got to do the inside. I've also done this, so I've got about 1 or 2 more sections just to finish this bit here. And maybe just some touch-ups on this that's not completely finished yet. And then I'll be done for a little bit, but going forward, I'm not really too sure.
Hi bro, who do you want to fight? Bones is afraid of you, so who's on your list?
I'd like to fight Curtis Blaydes, because when I fought him I got injured, and that means technically that he wins, and I don't like that. I want to be the winner, not Curtis Blaydes. So all respect to Curtis and everything, like him, good guy. Professionally, I owe him the beating, so that's what I want to do next.
What's some of the best drills to increase punching speed / overall agility while maintaining power?
I don't know, I don't come up with my own stuff. My coaches call me that. I've had plenty of coaches through the years. I've been training since I was 7 years old. So as far as what to do to create the perfect punching power, speed, agility, strength, all that kind of stuff, I don't know. I follow the orders of my coaches, and that's it.
Will you ever cut weight and go for other division titles?
Absolutely not. No chance. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in putting weight. I'm also 50 pounds over the weight limit can let me, so unless I want to get seriously ill, I'm not really thinking about going to light heavyweight. I believe in cutting weight, like, you know, if you're 10, 15 pounds over or whatever, and you diet down and do it safely. But as far as like nearly killing yourself and then going having a scrap with someone the day after, I think it's very dangerous, and I don't support heavyweight cuts. But that's something else. For me personally, I'm never going to make light heavyweight unless I've got some kind of serious illness or something like that, which God willing I won't have. So no.
When are we going to see you do a Rubik's Cube live on your stories?
Rubik's Cubes, I've played chances, I've had plenty goals in it. My kid's really good, and I can't do it, so nobody's cured to me.
How were you like in school growing up?
I was alright. I was just pretty normal, really. I wasn't like, yeah, I was pretty quiet, pretty shy. Gone was what I was supposed to do. Pretty ugly. I definitely got better with age. I'm not saying I'm good now, but I'm better than I was. Yeah, nothing, just normal. Yeah, it was alright. Just a bit of just ticking over really, just getting the strength up a little bit, keeping my body healthy, nothing too strenuous. I'm not too far away from starting a training camp now, so got to keep the intensity pretty low, because for like 8-10 weeks in a training camp, intensity is fucking high. So for right now, just accessory stuff, just keeping me fresh, keeping me loose, keeping me strong, little by little gains, but nothing to brag about at the moment. So we're just keeping the body healthy.
Hardest fight you've had so far, in your opinion?
I think they're all hard. Even if they look easy, the mental aspect of fighting is hard. The actual fighting bit, I'm used to that. I do it every day in the gym. But actually fighting anybody, whether it's quick fight, long fight, whatever, it's always hard. So there's no one person easier than the next.
How do you deal with acceptance, for example, accepting a loss by injury?
Well, what else are you going to do? You either accept it or you don't accept it, but you got to move forward either way, don't you? So I don't know. It took me a while to accept it, but you don't really have a choice. So yeah, just accept it and move on, I guess.
Would you ever consider going into boxing after finishing in UFC?
I would, but I'm not looking past the challenge. Like, I've got a lot of work to do left in the UFC. I've not like won a title. I'm like, yep, let's move on to the next thing. I'm like, no, I want to keep going and defend the title loads of times before I even think about going to boxing or anything like that. So before my career's over, I'd like to do it, but if I don't do it, I'm not bothered. I'm not desperate to box or anything like that.
If you could start your MMA career over again, which martial art would you start training first?
To me now, I don't think it's different martial arts like that anymore. Like, I don't think one thing is good. There's like, for example, I don't think boxing, for example, is like a good foundation for MMA. I don't think wrestling or jiu-jitsu on their own is a good foundation for MMA. I think there's good things about it, but I think these days you can start everything right at the beginning. So if I could start again, I would just do MMA. Like, for me, MMA, even though it's loads of different sports mixed up into one, MMA is a sport of its own and it's an art of its own. So I'd do them all.
Really interested in where your drive to get better comes from. Any tips in finding that discipline?
I don't want to get beat up in front of millions of people. Simple as that. Like, if I can help, if I can stop that from happening, that drives me, that fear drives me to be better every day. Like, the fear of other people being better than me and getting an edge on me every day, that keeps me going more than anything else. Fear drives me massively. And people don't seem to really get that. People don't seem to accept fear as a positive thing. Do you know what I mean? People a lot of the time try and push fear away, but if fear didn't exist for me, I wouldn't be anywhere near at the level as I am right now, because the fear of someone else beating me up and hurting me and being better than me, that drives me more than anything else. So that's why this scary sport is really good for me, because I go off fear a lot and I love it. I absolutely love it.
What advice would you give to someone recovering from an injury?
For me, the small goals kept me going more than anything. So I never tried to think about, like, what am I going to be like in 6 months? It was always, well, first of all, get a good physio. That's very important. My physio was very, very good. And he like instilled that in me, that don't think about 6 months, don't think about 3 months, don't think about 6 weeks. This is what you need to do before next week. So he was always like that. He'd always set me like a small goal, because I'd see him like twice, 3 times a week. He's like, right, next session, I need you doing this. And then it was like building up to do that. All right, I have a session on Monday. By next Monday, we need, for example, me with my knee, next Monday, we need to be able to hop 10 meters on one leg, on your bad leg. And then I'd have to build up to that. Like my whole week was preparing for the next Monday where I'm going to hop 20 meters on one leg. Like that was it was almost like mini training camps over and over. So that was brilliant. It's just set yourself small goals and just stick to that.
Tom, what has your MMA career journey taught you the most?
Oh, it's taught me all kinds of things. I'd be here like all day answering this question if you let me. Like, most of all, it's taught me that I can come through adversity if I need to. If I need to come through adversity, I've got the capabilities to do that, and I wouldn't know that I could do that if it wasn't for MMA.
Favourite food?
Oh, love food. Do love food. Probably pizza, I think. So basic, but simple but effective, innit, pizza? Like, there's so many different good flavours. Yeah, I reckon pizza.
What music are you into? Any favourite bands, ? All love to the champ.
Favourite bands, I like Arctic Monkeys. I like Oasis, of course. I like a lot of different music, you know. I don't think you can... I like a lot of country music. I like rap music. Yeah, I like all different types of music.
What was your dream job growing up?
UFC fighter.
Which part of MMA training do you find the hardest to learn?
Oh, MMA is a tough sport, man, and it continues to be tough. It's not like I've reached a level and it's easy. Absolutely not. Like, I'm nowhere. To be honest, training's probably harder now than it's ever been, because I have really, really good training partners. They push me in the gym all the time. There's a lot more at stake now, so I'll push myself a lot more. But I think probably getting kicked in the leg for the first time, it hurts, man. So I think getting used to getting kicked, completely used to it now. I've done a million rounds, kickboxing and Thai boxing and MMA sparring, so I'm completely used to it. But getting hit a few times for the first time, kicked in the legs and the body, it's just not very pleasant.
Favourite post-weigh-in snack / meal pre-fight, post-weigh-in?
After my fight, I'll always eat pizza. After my weigh-in, I just eat what I'm usually eating, because I don't cut weight, do I? So it's not like I'm starving after my weigh-ins. I just crack on and eat what I would usually eat, whatever I usually eat. But after my fight, I will binge a little bit, have a few pizzas, have a few kebabs, bit of chips and all that.
How did you first get into competitions after training?
I don't know. I've been competing for so long. I've been competing since I was like 7, 8 years old. I don't know. I think it was just like a natural progression. I wanted to do it and test myself. I love it. It's my favourite bit. I like competing. I don't like just training for nothing. I like testing myself. I like seeing where I'm at. I never say no to a fight in my life. So, yeah, I just like testing myself, really. And I've done it for as long as I can remember. I live for that. So, I can't remember, is the honest answer, my first competition or anything like that.
What strike / attack have you put the most work into perfecting? Your 1-2 is absolutely insane. Much love.
Thank you. Yeah, well, obviously I practiced a lot of 1-2s, but there's a lot of stuff that I practiced that I've not had a chance to show yet. I don't really want to talk about that, to be honest, because there's a lot of stuff that I want to surprise people with that I've not shown, so we'll see over the coming years, I'm sure.
How much of your training consists of resistant workouts / S&C? Cheers.
I do like 3 times a week, probably, something like that. About 3-4 times a week, something like that. Just it's all accessories, that though. Your main part of your training as an MMA fighter is fighting, and a lot of people get that slightly confused. Anything you do outside of MMA is just an addition to your MMA fighting. You never supplement MMA training with S&C or running or swimming or anything like that. Like, priority comes sparring, hitting pads, hard grappling rounds, technique. That comes first. Everything else is like an accessory to that.
What is your favourite tattoo you have?
Oh, my back, definitely.
Burger or steak?
Steak.
Favourite submission and favourite striking technique?
Anything that finishes a fight. I'm not fussy on that one.
Any chance we could see you headline the new Co-op Arena in July?
Possibly. Right now, I know TBC, to be confirmed right now. Don't know yet.
Do you believe the UFC has become more about money than fighting?
It's a balance, isn't it? It's a balance between both. You got to see it as a fight. You have to see it for what it is. Like, it's never going to be quote unquote fair. You're never going to get all the fights that you want. Like, it's a business, but also they put on great fights. So it's a balance between the two.
Have you been in many scraps in the streets? How do you deal with knockbacks?
I've got a losing record on the streets. Not a very good street fighter. I try and stay away from knobheads, to be honest. It's the more popular I get, the more knobheads are around. This is strange, mate. It's strange. People see me on the TV and they think that they can say whatever they want, and as a normal person, sometimes that can be difficult to comprehend because I'm not used to being more popular than, a few years ago. No one had any idea of us, and now it's like a bit crazy. But yeah, I'm just getting used to it. I'm still getting used to it. I don't have any advice.
What is the Aspinall tradition after a big win?
Usually drink, chill, sleep. Nothing special, after party a little bit, but just more chilled out than anything else. Just usually, like, if I'm fighting away somewhere, there'll be friends and family come. I'll just like chill with them. Like, we'll go for a few drinks and stuff, go for some food, explore a little bit and just enjoy yourself.
Any hobbies or things you enjoy doing other than fighting?
Not too much, to be honest. No, I don't. A lot of my time's taken up. I've got 3 children. I spend a lot of time with my kids. I don't have much time. I don't have much time for hobbies, to be honest with you. I've retired. I used to fish a little bit. I did used to fish. I do like fishing. Yeah, I don't have time for much.
When will you fight Sergey again?
I don't know. Right, I've just knocked him out in a minute. Do you know what I mean? So, all respect to Pavlovich, but it wouldn't really make sense for me right now to go and fight him again. Like, he needs a win or 2 before we even discuss that.
Last question, and of course that had to be a Jon one. Realistically, do you think you're going to fight Jon? Also, do you think you beat a prime Jon?
Well, a prime Jon was a light heavyweight, so that's not up for debate because he's a different weight. And realistically, do I think I'm going to fight him? No, I don't think Jon wants to fight. So obviously I want it. I can't do any more. Do you know what I mean? I've bitched about him. I've cried about him.
You met him.
I've said good stuff to him. I've said bad stuff to him. I've asked him, am I fighting, to his face. It's still not going on. I've asked the UFC to fight him. It's still not going on. So I don't know what else I can do at this point. But I want the fight, obviously. Thanks for watching the video. We've got more to come, actually. We've got some big stuff coming up that we're not going to talk about right now because you're going to see it anyway. So over the next few weeks, there'll be a few different stuff actually going on the channel that we've not seen too much before. It's not all just training and shit like that. We're gonna do a few big collabs, a bit of exploring going on, a bit of travel stuff going on. It's going to be good stuff, and then soon after that, we're going to start doing training camp vlogs a little bit. So that's going to be very interesting because we've got potentially talking about some massive fights coming up. So that's going to be great. So make sure you like and subscribe. Big stuff coming soon.